Hi, everybody! Welcome back to another character drawing show with me, your host, Avivah, the art director from the Ed Asner Family Center. You can tell where I am right now. If you can guess, you've got like 5 seconds to guess because I am going to say what I'm drawing today. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I I am in Dexter's laboratory, kind of a classic character that we're doing today. He is an incredible short little dude from an incredible 90s show called Dexter's Laboratory. And the entire animation style from the entire show is just so incredible. It's like very like futuristic. It has a lot of the same elements that like the Powerpuff Girls do, Johnny Bravo, Ed and Eddie, some of my favorite shows that I used to watch when I was young, and I'm still loving today, honestly. So, if you are new to watching this show, basically what this show is like a little character drawing tutorial for all these different characters that we've done in our past, and they're all saved on our channel here. So you're totally able to go back and rewatch them and practice characters that we've done in the past, like Scooby Doo. We've done, I'm pretty sure, like Minions, and we've done SpongeBob and Totoro, and so many different great characters that some of you folks in the audience have actually suggested for me to do. So if you have a suggestion for a character that you'd like to see us draw together here on the show, you email me at aviva@edazerfamilycenter.org. Okay? Great. What you're going to need for your show today is a pencil with a good eraser, a piece of paper, and a nice smooth surface so you don't have any lumps and bumps in your cool character that you're about to make. And just a really quick disclaimer before this starts, I might be going like a little bit faster or slower than your drawing skills. So just keep in mind that even though this is a live show, which means, hey, write a comment and I'll see it. But not only is it a live show, but you can rewatch it later on, slow it down or speed it up, and catch whatever you missed maybe while I was doing it right here live. Okay? So grab your belongings, your crafty materials, and come join me. Let's start drawing. All right, here is our character. He is a very proud short king. We love him. He's got a very stylish lab coat on and these incredible boots that I would love to have. I need to find those boots somewhere. But we are going to be making his full body today, and you can really start off on any part of your character, but I'm just going to give you some suggestions and tips that I usually do when I'm drawing. So get your pencil and let's get started. So I'm starting on like a portrait way with my picture right now, just because we might want to fill up our whole page. But if you want to do more of his characters, I suggest flipping your paper horizontally so you can maybe add Dee Dee, his parents, the whole family, the whole group from the show. So we're going to find a solid base, a good space for us to start, basically our focal point, the center of our drawing. So even though I would say that the center of our drawing would be his features here in the middle of his face, we're going to find lines that we're familiar with just to have a good base and base the rest of our lines off of. So we are going to start with, we could see that these are two lines that almost anyone could really start off with, right? It's like a nice wide angle there. So what I'm going to do to get a nice angle that kind of lays on the same line is I'm just going to start with a line in the middle of my paper, just like this. And you can tell that I'm drawing very lightly too, just in case any mistakes happen. So I'm going to take one side of my line and I'm going to come down into a V. Not completely in the middle, because we could tell that his face is a little bit angled off to the side. So I'm not coming all the way down to the middle for my triangle. I'm going to stop about right here to the left of my line. And then, making a point, I'm going to come and bring it back up to the other side of my line there. We've got a nice solid chin, a good starting chin space. And so that's also going to be the collar of his lab coat. So let's keep going. We've got a nice triangle going here. Let's curve up this left cheek here and do another diagonal line coming all the way up to the hairline. And keep in mind, you don't want his face to be too long because he is a kind of short and stout fellow. So along with this side of his face, we got to continue on with the other side. And like I said before, it's a little angled off to the left here. So we're going to actually do a straight line on this side, showing that this is kind of a part of his back and less of a part of his face. All right, so I'm going to erase this line here because I actually don't need this guideline anymore. The real guideline that I'm going to need now is kind of a line coming down the middle, right where our chin point is. So not quite in the middle of our paper, just coming right up from the chin. And if drawing straight lines is a little bit tricky for you, don't feel any shame to get a ruler out, get an edge of a book out, and get a nice guideline going. And our second guideline is actually going to be a little bit higher up than our first one, and it's just going to be going across the cheeks here, just like that. So we've got a nice cross going across the middle of his face, and that'll be a map for where we're going to put his glasses and nose and mouth. But just to finish off the outer part of his face, why don't we do his hair real quick? I love the way that they made his hair in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice parenthesis or C shape right at that side of the face. And we're going to bring it into our little center guideline there. And then we're going to do 2 loop-de-loops. 1 loop-de-loop coming up and around, and another one coming up and around. And all the way to that back line. Just connect it right there to the edge. And then bring this parenthesis that we started off with up and around and down into a point. And then we can even end that off with 2 little flyaway hairs that he's got on the back there. And there we have his hair. And now we can see that kind of the center of his face, and something that his features really surround are these great glasses that he has with this blue tint that you can add in later on with your colors. But we're going to actually start with those glasses here. So we can tell that his glasses aren't particularly straight on his face. They're kind of angled. So why don't we make a nice angled line coming up? I know where to start on these glasses because I can see this space from the hair, right? It's about 1 inch. So I'm going to find the hair and I'm going to go down about 1 inch. And I could get my ruler, or I'm going to freehand, just like I'm going to do now, just a nice diagonal line coming about almost to our guideline here that we made in the center of our face. So there we go, a nice line for those glasses. And we can see that those glasses kind of come off of his face as well. So we're going to have that line extend out of the cheek. And then you can see, right, we're finding shapes that we're familiar with. And I'm seeing these glasses and I'm like, those glasses look like glasses, but they also kind of look like the letter B. So if you want, you can turn your paper to the side or you can leave it as it is. And you're going to make 2 C shapes to make this letter B for these great sunglasses or regular reading glasses that he has. And you're going to want to follow that up with another line on the inside, because with glasses, there's the frame and then there's the lens on the inside. So you just want to follow all these lines on the inside here, making similar shapes. And with colors later on, you're going to make them a nice shade of black with a blue lens like we were talking about earlier. So you always want to adjust it. If you feel like some parts need to be fixed, just like I'm doing now, feel free to use that eraser. All right, his glasses are a little small, but that's okay. All right, so now that we've got his glasses going, we're going to extend this line out to his cheek. And I'm noticing here, look, this is about 1 inch, just like the forehead area here. Let's shorten his head a little bit. It's kind of large. It's kind of long. And this is what doodling's all about, right? We're adjusting as we're going. That's why I always want to tell all of our audience here on the show, you always want to start with a pencil because mistakes always happen. Alrighty, so now that I've adjusted it a little bit, made sure that his face wasn't so wide, we just shrunk it a little bit, and we're gonna go back to where we were, making that little, I forgot what that part of the glasses are called, like the arm of the glasses, the part that goes over your ear. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Anyways, let's make those pupils, right? So we've got his hair, his glasses, and let's go into those pupils. We can see that they're not really looking straight at us, right? They're kind of pointed off this way. Maybe he's looking at his sister, maybe someone he's competing against in a science experiment. Let's make those little side eyes. So we're making a little arch, a U shape, right in the right-hand corner of the eyes, just like this. All right, and you're going to color that in black to almost kind of blend in with the frames of his glasses. And now when it comes to the nose, we're moving kind of downwards with the features here. We can see that the nose kind of covers a little bit of his glasses. So don't feel like you have to erase first. Go in with a nice triangle and just kind of overlap those lines that we've already made. And so once you've made that V shape, you can go in and just erase those lines that we don't really need anymore. And let's see what else. What other features are we missing? We're missing the mouth, right? He needs something to talk with. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that mouth and notice that the nose is connected to his top lip here. So we're going to take the bottom line of our nose and just do a nice little swoop like a beak and bring it back in with another curved line up to his glasses. See, this line is also connecting to his other lens of the glasses. So we're bringing it up and making the same kind of line underneath, just a little bit lower for his bottom lip, and bringing it down a little bit to make it kind of stand out from his face. And we can end the mouth with a nice line connecting the two, and maybe a second one here. And that's going to be his little cheeky smile that he's got going on. And we can, I forgot these two little lines. We can actually finish off his face with these incredible eyebrows that he's got going on. I could never do the one eyebrow lift as many times as I tried. So if you could do the Dexter one eyebrow lift, definitely write it in the comments because I would love to know how to do that skill. So we are going to make two diagonal lines, almost like a little diagonal rectangle, right on top of that lens on the left, and making it almost like a little backwards check mark. And we're going to do the same thing, but upside down for the other eyebrow, going up towards our right-hand corner and with a diagonal line and coming back down with a nice arch. And they're pretty close together, so keep that in mind while you're drawing. All right, we are almost done with our Dexter. We're just going to finish him off with his incredible outfit that he's wearing. Got to add that sassy pose that he's in too. So let's make his outfit by just bringing two lines down, one following our back line on the head, nice and straight. And then this front one, I've actually made this one a little bit too straight. We're going to give our lab coat a little bit of shape here by, instead of making a straight line, just bringing it out in a swoop and connecting those two lines together. Remember, we're not making them, don't make them too tall. Actually, make them too tall. You know, go make your own style, Dexter. You can make him like a giraffe if you'd like. That's the whole point of this show, you know, making your own personal style to all these cool classic characters. All right, I'm blabbering. Let's keep going. So we've got our chin. We've got our lab coat. Now we're missing some details for lab coat, right? A nice simple straight line going down here, like kind of on the right side of our lab coat with two little circles, kind of like a colon. Okay, and let's go in with, we'll do the hands last because these shoes are actually pretty simple. We're just going to come in about an inch into our lab coat here on the bottom and make two nice swoops coming down out of his coat. just like this. Alrighty. And then you can make a nice guideline very lightly going across those two, just to make sure that they're all kind of on the same ground space, you know. And we're going to make 2 darker lines coming in, nice and flat. 2 little triangles coming up and connecting those 2 boots together. Because they're all black, and you can tell with a lot of the character design, whenever you have 2 black colors next to each other, they kind of blend in. Obviously, there's going to be like a line going down the middle, but when you color it in later, you just kind of want to fill the whole thing in black. Alrighty, so we've got his shoes, lab coat, and we can finish his entire character off with these great hands on the hips. So starting with the left one, we're going to come a little bit higher on the cheek here, not quite in the corner, but a little bit higher up, swooping out with a nice curved, slightly curved line, bringing it back in, actually finding the corner now and making another line going out and back in to the lab coat. And you could just make a nice round circle connecting the both for a fist. Maybe even a line in the middle to show that it's kind of folding over. And you could do the same thing on the other side. I'm really simplifying his glove down because it is kind of an interesting shape there. So if you'd like, so it doesn't get too confusing, you can erase a bit of his coat or overlap it with the fist if you'd like. All right, so for the right fist, we are going to go out once again, just like the left elbow, and bring it back in. Nice little party hat shape. We're going to make his glove coming out and overlapping over his lab coat. Let's go back in the middle, make a little thumb, connect that to the glove, and you could just curve that bottom part of the glove over, almost like a mitten instead of like a fingered glove like he has here. But other than that, oh, I realize I'm forgetting one last thing, which is cute little ear under his glasses. And there you have it. I'm pretty sure I've got all of his little details. So now is the best part. You've got your character. You add a nice inky pen over those outlines, and you've got your own personal coloring book that you've made yourself. Congratulations. All right, but that's going to be it for our character today. I had so much fun drawing Dexter with you guys. So if you, friends at home or at school or wherever the heck you are, if you drew Dexter and you want it to be shown on the show, I'd be happy to display it here in like a little box in the corner. So send me over your versions of Dexter to my email that I said at the beginning, Avivah@EdAsnerFamilyCenter.org, okay? And any other suggestions of characters that we can do in the future. All right? Shake it out. Get those blood rush into your hands again. You guys did a great job. And I'll see you guys next week on, what day is it today? It's Tuesday. I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay. Bye, everybody.